By far the best way to get the most out of your Xbox One is Xbox Game Pass. It's an awesome game subscription for Xbox that lets you download and play over 100 great games for one low monthly price. It's simple. You sign up and instantly a gigantic library of classic and brand new video games are available for you to download and play. Now, sitting down after a long day to play a relaxing puzzle game, a whimsical point-and-click adventure, or a slow-paced strategy game is always a good time, but sometimes you just want to decompress and play a completely ridiculously crazy fun action game. Why? Because it just feels good. So here's a quick rundown of some of my favorite action games available right now with Xbox Game Pass. Gears 4 takes the series' now iconic duck and cover pop and shot gameplay and ups the action and scope substantially. Running and gunning in and around this game's gigantic action movie caliber set pieces is as exhilarating as it is strategic, since it's anything but a mindless shooting game. And honestly, for a game about chainsaw guns and monsters, it's also got a surprising, touching story about war, camaraderie, loss, and survival. You might even shed a tear or two, but even if you don't, you'll still have an absolute blast just blowing stuff up. In the 90s, it was basically illegal to be a kid who wanted to play Mortal Kombat because of its absurdly over-the-top violence, so secretly, I squandered lunch money away for 6 months just to walk down a highway and buy the game from a shady video game store that was willing to sell it to me, only to get caught by my dad and have to bring the game back. Fast forward to now, and I can just download Mortal Kombat X via Xbox Game Pass, and my dad will never know. Also, I'm old now, so he doesn't really care what I play anymore. It's weird. I wish he did. But the point still stands. Mortal Kombat is just as awesome and ridiculously gory as ever before, and I don't even know if I can list some of the things that this bloody, violent fighting game lets you do to other people's bodies and spines and spleens, because it's a lot. Like, it's a bit much, honestly. Like, these people really hate each other. I've been mad at people before, you know, like it happens, but I've never been like rip out someone's heart and hold it up to the moon mad. Or like X-ray vision punch somebody's kidneys until they explode mad. Personally, I think most conflicts can be solved with a good sit down, like a conversation between two calm people, but that doesn't really make for a good fighting game. And luckily, Mortal Kombat X agrees. So just play that. If dealing with enemies up close and personally isn't really your thing and you'd prefer to snipe from afar, like really afar, you'll love Sniper Elite 4, a badass collection of sniper gun-driven scenarios that reward you for being a tactical, ninja-like marksman who can hopefully clean out an entire enemy encampment without ever being seen. Now, of course, your best plans may not always work out, and Sniper Elite 4 does allow you to handle things via hand-to-hand combat if you have to, but you'll feel so cool if you can do it all from a distance. A variety of weapons and weapon mods are available at your disposal, and replaying missions to try out different tactics is consistently fun. Personally, I tend to use my sniper rifle to shoot ordinary objects like trees and walls so that all the enemies start to get really paranoid and worried. Then I wait a few minutes for things to calm down. Then I do it again. My goal is to slowly drive them insane and then pick them off one by one from a mile away while gently enjoying a large sandwich on soft, quiet bread while hiding in a tall bush, unseen and unheard. You messed with the wrong man today. You messed with a weird man who loves sandwiches. Soft, quiet sandwiches. The Hitman video game franchise is legendary at this point, but this generation's first Hitman game did things a little differently by utilizing an episodic release model. The Xbox Game Pass versions collect all of those episodes plus some extra missions and put them all in one package. The premise to Hitman is simple: acquire a target and then take them out. How you choose to do that, though, is pretty much up to you. You can go in quiet or go in with guns blazing. Sometimes you can even wear a costume, like a cowboy or a clown, and take out your enemies with style. However you choose to go, there are loads of levels and missions here, and your time and service are ultimately going towards a good cause, supporting and celebrating bald video game characters. I just love them. I have no personal reasons for that, no bias whatsoever. I just personally think that bald video game characters are the best. They're number one, and I love them because I've seen their pain, and it's that they can't grow hair. So they're bald, like me. Metro2033 Redux is a remaster, or redux, of the classic post-apocalyptic first-person shooting game that has you exploring dank and decrepit environments, taking down mutants and soldiers, and fighting to survive against a cold, nightmarish world that wants you dead. That sounded really dramatic. It's also just straight up fun as hell, and at times, genuinely creepy. Like, what is this monster that we're looking at? What even is that? I don't know. but I want it gone. So I'm gonna do everything I can to destroy it immediately. Real talk, Game Pass is fantastic for brand new games, but I also adore it for getting me to play hidden gems I might have otherwise skipped over, like Metro2033 Redux. It's a seriously awesome game and a great entry point into the Metro franchise. And those are just a few of my favorite action games with Xbox Game Pass. What are yours? Let me know in the comments, and for all things Xbox Game Pass and video games in general, you're already in the right place, IGN.